Hello students and welcome to Module 13 of Social Media for Business. In this module, we're going to go over nonprofits versus for-profits. So for me, not only are my clients for-profit companies, organizations, but I also work with a lot of nonprofit companies as well. We're also going to be going over some events and on-site social media, which is another thing I do with my clients, so I have a lot of experience with that. Live stream, which is getting more and more popular, and different apps such as Twitch, and then we'll go over your check-ins, discussions, and assignments. So first, with nonprofits and for-profits, learning objectives is to understand the difference between nonprofit and for-profit organizations, identify revenue and funding sources such as donations, grants, and fundraising, while for-profits rely on sales and investments, evaluate social media use differently to engage their target audiences, interpret success metrics, and apply knowledge to real-world examples. With my company, I was working so much with nonprofits, and although I do have years of experience with working nonprofits, I actually decided to go back to school about a year and a half ago to USD and did their online program, and I got a certificate in nonprofit management. And when getting that certificate, it just opened my eyes to a whole new set of skills and tools for my toolbox when working with nonprofit clients, because there is a difference. But again, it's going to take experience just like working with for-profit. So hopefully this will give you a little overview and insight of the differences between the two. So nonprofit organizations, which we call NPOs, they operate for social, educational, charitable, or religious purposes. Their primary goal is to serve a public good. Revenue is reinvested in the organization's mission, not distributed to owners or shareholders. And in case you're interested in working for a nonprofit, there are so many in San Diego, and the Career Center at Miracosta can actually help you find jobs, full-time, part-time, and internships at local nonprofits in the area. They actually partner with a bunch of them. So if you're interested in working for a nonprofit, go to the Miracosta Career Center and they can help you out. For-profit organizations, they operate with the primary goal of generating profit. Profits are distributed to owners or shareholders. Products or services are sold to customers for revenue. Here's a screenshot here of a company that I worked with. So, it's usually still has to do with running related, even though I work with a nonprofit, but a lot of the races out there are to raise money for a nonprofit. So this is a local race in San Marcos. It's called the Double Peak Challenge. It happens every September in San Marcos area. They get a lot of local breweries to sponsor the beer garden afterwards. Here's the social media, just kind of a screenshot of the pages. I did their social media, I think 2 or 3 years. I can't remember how many. And that's the only event they have. And the two nonprofits that they help is the San Marcos, a school, some sort of school foundation. I can't remember offhand. And then the second one was an outdoor recreation foundation as well. So it supported 2 different foundations. You can look this up, click on the links, and it'll take you to the page. Super fun projects that I worked with, and it's a super fun race too. So the purpose of a nonprofit is to focus on mission-driven goals, helping communities, solving societal problems. For-profit focuses on maximizing profit for stakeholders. Taxation. Nonprofits exempt from federal income taxes under IRS code 501c. There's a lot more involved in that. You'll have to, this is just again overview. There's a lot of different 501 letters here that I learned recently. So for-profit, subject to federal, state, and taxes. Funding sources, nonprofits are donations, grants, fundraising, and membership fees. For-profit are sales, revenue, investments, and sometimes loans. Revenue and profit distribution. So nonprofit organizations, any profit generated must be reinvested back into the organization to further its mission. It cannot distribute earnings to board members, owners, or directors. For-profit organizations, profits can be distributed to owners, shareholders, and investors. Employees, owners, and shareholders can benefit directly from nonprofits. Nonprofit marketing focuses on raising awareness, engaging the community, and attracting donations or volunteers. It emphasizes storytelling to connect emotionally with audiences. Often budget constrained, relying on social media, partnerships, and low-cost strategies. And they rely a lot on volunteers and interns, whether that be paid or unpaid interns. For-profit marketing focused on driving sales, brand recognition, and customer acquisition. More budget flexibility for paid advertising influencer marketing, and larger campaigns. It also emphasizes customer satisfaction and return on investment. Here's an example of a project I worked on last year. We worked with professional elite athlete Jeff Browning when he decided to run and set a new record of running the Colorado Trail last summer. He did it to raise funds and awareness for the nonprofit Warrior Trail Foundation. Warrior Trail Foundation is a nonprofit that supports veterans through trail therapy. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to warriortrail.org. Jeff Browning, you could just Google his name and everything will pop up. So it's pretty incredible how this one FKT, we call it FKT, fastest known time, this one event that he did for the Warrior Trail Foundation raised about $30,000. This was a brand new foundation that just started, and for those who have ever worked in nonprofit, it takes a few years to get off the ground because of funding. You don't have funds to support operational expenses or your programs, because you're so brand new, but you need funds to get started because you work with your board, you work with your volunteers, but they can only do so much. Certain tasks and skills you do need to hire people or software applications and all that. So example here of how we worked on that, again, had to do with running. Social media strategy. So we had big social media strategy. You can see on his page, there was a lot of collab posts. Nonprofits use social media to build community, share success stories, and raise awareness for causes, engages audiences with mission-driven content such as updates on projects, impact reports, or donor recognition, relies heavily on organic reach and user-generated content due to smaller budgets. So you can't be paying a bunch of photographers and videographers to create content for you. You're on a very small budget. Whereas for-profits can use social media for product promotion, customer engagement, and direct sales. Larger budgets allow for paid advertisements, influencer collaborations, and promotions. Focuses on customer feedback, product launches, and driving traffic to websites or stores. Here's another example of a nonprofit called Top of Tamarack, again, of race, you guessed it, a trail, a running, hiking, and mountain biking race, and they partnered with Fleet Feet, and here's one of their social media posts. They had 3 speakers speak at Fleet Feet, and at the same time they were promoting the nonprofit and their event called Top of Tamarack. So success metrics, nonprofit success metrics, number of people served or impact made, fundraising success, volunteer engagement and retention, awareness raised for cause. For-profit success metrics are sales growth and revenue, market share and profitability, customer satisfaction and retention, return on investment for marketing efforts. So an example would be Charity Water. They raise funds to provide clean water to communities in need, uses storytelling on social media to inspire donations and show the impact. A nonprofit example could be Nike. They use social media to promote new products, collaborate with influencers, and run targeted ads and drive sales. So here's an example of their 2 posts. This is the nonprofit post here, and this is the Nike ad post. Obviously, they're going to get way more likes, 547 likes compared to 140,397 likes. They probably boosted this post. They've obviously have a large audience already, but they can also put money into ads. All right, so moving on to events and on-site social media. So the learning outcomes for this little module here is understanding the role of on-site social media, develop strategic on-site social media plans, identify the best social media platforms for events, create engaging real-time content, measure the success of on-site social media efforts, and incorporate user-generated content. So using social media platforms live during an event to engage attendees, promote the event in real time, and amplify each beyond those physically present. So the importance of this is that it increases event visibility, it engages a wider audience in real time, it provides opportunities for user-generated content. It also boosts real-time engagement, so live updates and posts keep both attendees and online audiences engaged, fosters an interactive experience through hashtags, polls, and mentions. So when you have social media at the events, so it amplifies event reach, attendees share their experiences, increasing event exposure to a broad audience, expands the event's impact beyond its physical location, it creates buzz, creates a sense of FOMO, driving future event registrations, and it promotes trending topics and hashtags related to the events. So with these mountain races and trail races and ultra races that I work, the more people you have helping you, the more content you produce. But a lot of these race directors have very small budgets, so Sometimes it's just a one-person show and it's a lot of work. Also, now that they have Starlinks, we are able to go to these remote locations, capture our content, do a quick edit, and post it immediately. So when I work these races, I'll be posting contents like every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, videos, photos, and then you can also save that content and post later that day, post the next day. You can, you create a library of all the content. So, and I have it, when I work events, doing social media events, and I get hired to do this, it's not just for trail running events too. I work with a non-profits. So I might do their galas, however you want to pronounce it, their networking events, their fundraising events. For example, when I was working with Top of Tamarack, not only did I capture their race, but I captured little mini events like this one that they had, the speakers that they had at the local Fleet Feet store. So it's not just trail and ultra running. It can be any type of event. It could be your company holiday party or trade shows, conferences, the list goes on and on. So my examples here are primarily in the ultra running space, but I've done all sorts of different ones. So these are super fun posts that I did when I worked, this was a big event, one of the 200s that I worked, the Moab 240 race. I was on site for 8 days, sleeping in my van with my Starlink and driving to all the different locations. We also had a live stream going. I was actually the media director, so I was in charge of the photographers, videographers, live stream. It was a big team. We had a lot of volunteers who would text me and send me their content as well. When you work a race that's 200 miles long, you have people that are days apart from each other. So trying to follow the front runners that are winning races, and then you also want to capture those really great stories for what we call the mid-pack, and then the people that are toward the very back, barely going to make the race or don't make the race at all. All those stories are important, and you want to capture as many as possible. So I had a little booth set up here where I would give updates. So I had an assistant who would hold the camera, and then we would come up with the captions and post on social media immediately. We had a lot of Starlinks here, some mini equipment that we had. I got to interview pro athletes. So this is who I talked about before, Jeff Browning, who I work on a lot of campaigns with Jeff. Him and I are great buddies. Really great professional athlete. Has done a lot of records and wins a ton of races. Great human being as well. So yeah, I just did interviewing different, we did a lot of skits and funny things. We did a lot of contests. So when there were slow times during the race, we posted contests. Hey guys, if you guess how many jugs of water we went through today, and whoever guessed got the closest won a Moab hat type of thing. So we made it really engaging. While we were working on this race, we were also promoting registrations for the next event. So as people are excited, we're promoting, hey, sign up for the next race. These races are $15 entry fees, $1,500 entry fees. So this is big deal here. So some tips and strategies that we used, I used event hashtags. Create a unique, easy to remember hashtag for the event. Encourage attendees to use the hashtag to share their experiences. Again, this isn't just with running races. This is at any type of event. When I work the galas, when I work the conferences or trade shows, there's usually event hashtags created by the marketing team, or I'm creating them. Live posting, post real-time updates on key moments. Guest speakers, performances, special announcements, use Instagram stories, Facebook Live. So yes, if you have great reception, you can actually use the live feature, and X for quick post. So with these races, if I had good reception at the finish line, I would have Instagram Live where people can watch in real time live people crossing the finish line, those elite runners, the first place, the second place, the last runner. Interactive polls and QA, engage attendees with live polls, Q&A sessions, giveaways. Use platforms like Instagram Stories and X polls to gather audience responses. Behind the scenes content, show setup, backstage, moments or preparations. UGC, encourage attendees to share their experiences using event hashtags. Feature attendees posts on the event's official social media pages. Encouraging followers who are posting and your audience who is posting to tag you so that you can share, reshare, and repost their content. Live streaming, which is getting huge in the ultra running, trail running space because of the access to Starlinks and reception. So stream key parts of the event using platforms like Instagram Live, Facebook Live, or YouTube. For our sport, we connect live stream to YouTube, and it allows people who couldn't attend to participate virtually. It also has things like a chat. So if you use YouTube and you're connected to the live stream, you actually have a chat where all the people who are viewing virtually can chime in, ask questions, talk to each other. You can even run polls and contests in the chat. Photo and video highlights capture memorable moments from the event and share them in real time. You can use Instagram stories, Reels, or TikTok to create engaging video snippets. Here's an example here. So the person who took this image was one of the photographers. This was the start line of the Moab 240. All these people in the front are the elite professional runners. This is the audience here. This is the race director and assistant race director here. This is me holding a camera and gimbal, and the camera I'm holding is feeding to the YouTube live stream. So we had a lot going on at the beginning here of this race, and we had a lot of Starlinks, and luckily we had some really good IT tech people, because that's what I'm always nervous about. If there's an issue, I can't problem solve because I'm the one holding the camera, so you have to have kind of a team. And then here's the post we did, the caption we did to go along with it. Pre-race interviews. We did a lot of pre-race interviews with athletes, and that was a way for us to capture some really incredible stories of no-name, non-elite runners. For example, if you can read this post here, as a Mexican immigrant, Daniel Flores didn't see many others like him in the endurance space, so he started sharing his journey to inspire others. That's how Si Se Puede, Yes You Can, was born. This was an incredible person that we followed during the race. He did finish. He ran and finished the Moab 240 miles. It was incredible. He had a great team with him. It was great to capture and share his stories. This is the race director. We did some funny skits where he came out of the porta potty, was one of them. Our first giveaway of the Moab 240 race. Comment your answer by 5 p.m. Sunday. Good luck. So this video, it had captions to go with it so that people could watch or hear, and we had a bunch of takes and we had a bunch of bloopers, and it was really fun. So you can click on these and actually watch those 2 videos. The best platforms for on-site social media. So Instagram, I think, is the best one. It also depends where your audience is. It's great for live stories, posts, and engagement through comments. Use polls, questions, and hashtags to connect with attendees. Twitter, ideal for live, which we call X now. Ideal for live event updates, quick posts, and engaging with event mentions. Trending hashtags can boost event visibility. Facebook, yes, I know it's an older platform, but a lot of our audience is on Facebook still. Excellent for live streaming and event promotions. Create event pages to gather and connect with attendees before, during, and after the event. YouTube, which I've had the best experience with connecting to the live stream, allows viewers to engage with each other via the chat. Instagram is great for live stories, posts, and engagement through comments. Uses polls, questions, and hashtags to connect with attendees. X, ideal for live event updates, quick posts, and engaging with event mentions. Trending hashtags can boost event visibility. Facebook, again, excellent for live streaming, event promotions, create event pages to gather and connect with attendees before, during, and after the event. YouTube connects to the live stream, allows viewers to engage with others via the chat. Archive videos you can watch at a later time. So really, apologies, but these 2 slides are pretty much the same. I should probably delete one. So sorry for the duplicate there, but you get the point. Live streaming. Okay, I feel like I am completely brand new to this, but it is super new to the ultra world. It's only been out for 2 or 3 years. I'm trying to learn as much as possible. It makes me really nervous still, even with the Starlinks, but it has been around for a long time with other sports and other applications. So this is just my experience and what I do in the ultra running space. As an example for you, you might have more experience doing this. I know there's things like Twitch out there that's done live streaming for a long time. But again, this is for like business, combining the live stream with the social media, my example for you. Okay, so, but some of you guys may not even know what live streaming is. So, we have a broad audience here with my students. So what is live streaming? In real-time video broadcasts through platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, can be informal or professional, great for capturing event energy and connecting with your audience live. Why live stream? It builds authenticity and trust, increases reach. Many platforms prioritize lives. It boosts engagement with real-time comments, creates FOMO, fear of missing out, more event interest for next time. So this is the company brand that created the live stream, the first ones, the pioneers to create the live stream in the ultra running and trail running space. Again, I'm sure live streaming has been out for a long time for other industries and other things. But it's pretty incredible what it's done for the ultra world. I can't tell you the exact year it came out. I want to say it was 2022. It was right after COVID, maybe 2021. And now they are just known as the main primary company organization. And They have a lot of equipment. They've invested a lot of money in this, and they do it very well. So here's kind of their page if you want to check it out. Every single race has a live stream now. A lot of big companies hire them, or a lot of big races hire them to do it. I've been a camera operator from them. I know the people who work there, the media directors, and usually the race that I help them out is the Coca 250, which is the 250-mile race in Arizona. So live streaming, when to go live at an event kickoff, doors open, guest speaker or performance, behind the scenes prep, winner reveals, product launches, giveaways, QA with the staff, athletes or influencers, final tips, confidence comes with practice, press go live even if it's not perfect. Think of it as FaceTime with your followers, authentic and scripted. Now, the costs of live stream for these events can go anywhere from, I don't know, $500 to $200,000. It can be a full-on broadcast. It really depends on, one, how long of a race it is. Is it a race that's normally takes people 2 to 4 hours to run? Or is it one of these 200-miler races that takes a week to run? So it all depends. Depends on the company's budget. That would depend on how many people get involved, how many camera operators, how many cameras are set up. So there's a lot of variabilities and costs for this. I know people always ask me, how much does it cost? It can cost, $150,000 if you want it to. So here's an example. So this is the race that I'm always a camera operator for. So they hired me to be one of the camera operators. And this is for the 250. This is actual shot footage from the live stream. So me doing commercials at the aid stations, being interviewed, and me holding a camera here. So I'm on both days of it. So pretty fun. One of the reasons why they have me at this location of the race is because I know a lot of the top elite runners, and we can have very comfortable conversations with each other, which makes the live stream a lot more fun. Instead of not knowing the athletes at all and just like putting the camera in their face, it makes a lot more engagement and entertainment when the camera operator actually knows the runner. So this is Kevin Goldberg. He's very well known in the running industry. Peter Noyes. These two together have a running podcast. Kevin is an elite runner, ultra coach, and he runs this race every single year. So this is me interviewing him as he's coming into the aid station. This is the chat going on in YouTube. Pretty fun conversations in here. It's cool because these get saved and then you can go back later and read them. Here's a screenshot, another screenshot of all the different types of races. So if you notice it, in YouTube, they make a cover page. It's very good with branding. It's very consistent. They have their logos of their sponsors in here. There's a lot of sponsorship money you can get. You can make money back in return for doing this. You can see this one's presented by Sunto, which makes watches. This one's presented by Ultra, which is a top shoe company. This race here, again, was another project I worked with good old Jeff Browning. This was his FKT, and this was for the nonprofit Warrior Trail Foundation. You can see Injinji also sponsored it, and Relight. So just giving you some different ideas here and overview of how it kind of works. So tips for success when live streaming. Plan in advance. Have a social media strategy prepared, including key posts, times, and content ideas. Assign roles for content creation and posting during the event. There's a lot of strategy that comes in and organization before the race even starts. Use real-time analytics, track engagement, hashtag usage, and mentions during the event. Adjust strategy on the fly if certain content performs better. Encourage attendee participation. So you want to offer incentives for attendees to share their posts, such as the contests and giveaways. Feature attendee content on big screens or social media shoutouts. So kind of here, the chat, it's featured there. All right, moving on to Twitch. Now, I know there's a lot of different live stream applications out here, but I think this one is kind of the main one. So just want to do a quick overview on Twitch. It's a live streaming platform originally built for gamers, but is now used by creators of all kinds to stream video games, talk shows and interviews, cooking demos, art, music, and workouts in real life, daily life, travel, and events. Here is a screenshot here of a page. This is Muerte Muse, and I actually know her. We grew up together. Her younger sister and I are actually best friends, and it just so happens that she is a huge gamer on Twitch. It's just kind of a small world here, so I thought it was cool to use her as an example here. 35.4 thousand followers. You can click on the link here to learn more about her. Her stuff's pretty fun. I enjoyed going through it when making these slides. So why does Twitch matter in social media? Real-time audience engagement, chat, polls, strong community, building loyalty. monetization options such as subscriptions, tips, and brand deals. Great for long form content and audience feedback. So fun fact, she actually does this for a living and has for many years now because she's so big on sponsorships and she knows how to do this. Local from North County, San Diego too. All right, here are some more screenshots of her. So this is kind of like when you have her Twitch page, you can connect to her different pages. You can follow and subscribe to her pages. This is her Instagram page. She's actually was a really great artist before she got into the gaming Twitch world. So that's her background is art. So here's kind of more of how she dresses up for her characters, depending on which game she's playing for the video games. So Twitch features live chat is instant interaction, follower and subscriber system, clips and highlights for replay, integration with Discord, OBS, Streamlabs, and more. If you have not heard of these through apps, please Google ChatGPT them. OBS is a free software that they use to stream for the live streaming. This is what we use in the outdoor space. Streamlabs is another app that's getting pretty bigger now. Discord, we actually use this at Miracosta for our AI Discovery Lab, so that's a fun fact there too. Here's Ring Terminal, just like another screenshot here of the gaming situation, how you can follow how people play the game. You can get tips and tricks. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of you students that know a lot more about this application than I do because I'm personally not a gamer. I didn't really grow up doing much video games. They kind of give me anxiety because I want to win and beat people. I'm way too competitive for games, so. But I can see and understand why people love playing them. Okay, so who's on Twitch? Gen Z and millennial audience, influencers, indie creators, athletes and musicians, brands building awareness through creators. All right, so that's kind of Module 13. Our assignments for this week are going to be your digital advertising certificate will be due. Again, do not procrastinate on that. That takes anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to complete, depending on how quickly you go through it. All your extra credit will be due, and your social media marketing plan will be due finals week. Please pay attention to final due dates for finals week. They are different than your normal due dates. There will be no extensions for your social media marketing plan. So please read. I have it in bold. I have it in highlighted. I have it in this video. I have it in your Monday update video. I have it in an announcement to please review your final due dates during finals week. All right. If you have any questions, come to my office hours and or email me, and have a great week.